We say goodbye to the regular season of high school football and hello to the playoffs. Welcome to another edition of Naperville Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Kim Pierce. Naperville North football is heading to the postseason after a win over Lincoln Way East a week ago. Before the 8A playoffs began, the Huskies traveled to North Central College for another exciting edition of the West Spencer Crosstown Classic against Naperville Central.
It's time for the West Spencer Crosstown Classic as Naperville Central takes on Naperville North in Week 9 of the Illinois high school football season. The Huskies are riding a 3-game winning streak, with their most recent win coming against powerhouse Lincoln Way East. The Redhawks are 2-6, but would love to end their season by beating their crosstown rival. No score through 1, so let's head to the second quarter. Kyle Clark takes the end around and picks up a first down just inside the 20-yard line. A few plays later, QB Dylan Richards hands off to Ryan Jacobson, and he gets in for 6 as the Redhawks strike first with a 7-0 lead. Huskies are on the move as backup QB Dante Colosante passes to Finn Breitag, who makes the catch and bulldozes defenders for the first down. On the next play, Colosante delivers.
And another fake. Colosante
Wide
open, shakes off the defender, and in for the touchdown. That was CJ Geist on the reception.
Colosante hits CJ Geist for the touchdown, and North takes the lead 7-6. 9-7 Redhawks in the second half, and Jacobson gets involved in the passing game.
Backs up, he's going to set up the screen for Jacobson. Jacobson with some blockers ahead of him. First down and more, down to the right side. Ryan Jacobson taken down.
The big play by Jacobson puts the Hawks back in the red zone. Jacobson completes the drive like he did early in the second quarter, and that's scoring another touchdown for the Redhawks. Huskies start the fourth going for it with Gabe Hill at running back.
Colosante hands it off. That is Gabe Hill.
Are you kidding me?
Loses the ball. Gabe Hill loses the ball. The Redhawks recover it. Gabe Hill coming in on offense. And
Hill coughs up the ball, and Justin Scrid falls on the pigskin to retain possession. North eventually gets it back, and they call up Will Elo.
Behind the line, handoff to Elo again. Gets a first down and more, and he is in for the touchdown.
It's a touchdown run for Elo, but the Huskies missed the 2-point try and trail 15-13. On the Huskies' next drive, Colosante passes to Jack Zitko on the screen, and he picks up a key first down to keep the drive alive. So, guess who gets the rock? It's Elo once again, and he scores the game-winning touchdown for the Huskies. Naperville North takes down crosstown rival Naperville Central to improve to 6-3, and up next is the IHSA playoffs for a 5th straight season.
It's week 9 of the football schedule, and the Bennett Academy Red Wings have traveled to face DePaul College Prep and close out the 2025 campaign. Neither team is in playoff contention, which means senior players on both sides are competing for a strong showing in the final game. In last season's matchup, the Red Wings defeated the Rams in a close 31-24 game. Let's start things off. With 2 minutes to play in the first quarter, DePaul Prep is going for it on 4th and goal. Jackson Grabinski fakes the handoff and looks to pass. He scrambles out of the pocket and tries to reach the goal line himself, but Jack Heiberger wraps him up short of the line. The Red Wings stop the scoring threat and take over on downs. Fast forward to the second quarter. Grabinski rolls out to his right, looking for options downfield. He plants and heaves a long pass intended for Ewan McCran, but Luke Doyle reaches it first, and he secures the interception. He is shoved out of bounds, but Bennett takes possession with less than 5 minutes in the half. After a stop, the Rams are on the offense again. Grabinski looks to his left and then fires it to Connor Bearfield, who reels it in, takes a hit and keeps the feet moving, and no one will catch him. He cruises into the end zone, and DePaul breaks the scoreless tie. After a successful 2-point conversion, the Rams head into the halftime break with an 8-0 lead. Now in the second half, Grabinski and the Rams are looking for more. Grabinski rolls to his left this time, and he's got his sights on Bearfield again. He unloads deep over the middle of the field, and Bearfield secures his second touchdown catch of the game. DePaul Prep extends their lead to 15-0 midway through the third quarter. Later in the same quarter, the Rams are back near the goal line. Grabinski is on the move again, surveying options to his right. He locates Andrew Myers in the back of the end zone, and he tosses it over for his third touchdown pass of the evening. With that one, DePaul is up 21-0. In the fourth quarter, the Rams offense is operating in the middle of the field. Grabinski drops down and then unloads a deep ball over the top of the defense. And it hits Matthew Osterman in stride for another score. Grabinski's fourth touchdown of the night gives the Rams a 28-0 lead with 10 minutes left to play. With less than 5 minutes left now, the Red Wings are down big, but senior Ben Albert is in as the quarterback. He makes a quick move to escape the pocket and sidesteps another defender and reaches the end zone for Bennett. The Red Wings avoid the shutout, but DePaul College Prep goes on to win 35-6, ending their season on a positive note.
Only one more week until the postseason as Matia Valley goes on the road to take on Homewood Flossmoor. The Mustangs have a chance to finish off their season with a victory. For Homewood Flossmoor, the stakes are high as the Vikings need a win to clinch a playoff spot. On 4th and goal, Vikings receiver Joaquin Jordan takes the direct snap and crosses the goal line for the touchdown. The Vikings lead 6-0 after a missed 2-point conversion. Matia Valley looks to respond to the early Vikings touchdown. Mustang quarterback Charles Larson is intercepted by Vikings defensive player William Bundy, who races down the sideline before being forced out in the red zone. Going into the second quarter, Homewood Flossmoor leads 14-0. After a stop on defense, Matthias Charles Larson looks to set up his blocks to get the chains moving. The Mustang QB stops on a dime before finding senior receiver Chris Jordan all alone for a first down. Later in the drive, the Mustang offense stays on the field on 4th and short. Larson throws across the middle to Jordan for the big first down. The Homewood Flossmoor offense caps off the 2-minute drill with a touchdown as Vikings quarterback Rashawn Coleman connects with receiver Miles Ellis on the slant route. Going into the second half, the Vikings lead 35-0. In the second half, the Mustang offense gets a big play on 3rd down from receiver Chris Jordan and runs down the sideline to get further into Vikings territory. Later in the drive, Larson extends the play and finds Chris Jordan on the sideline to set up the offense inside the red zone. Moments later, senior running back Zolan Terry caps off the drive after his amazing effort to get into the end zone. The Mustangs fake the extra point as Larson finds Jordan all alone for a successful 2-point conversion. The Mustangs trail 43-8 with 5 minutes remaining in the third. But that is as close as the game would get. Homewood Flossmoor goes on to clinch a playoff spot after getting the victory over Matia Valley 50-8.
Welcome back to some Friday Night Lights action. Tonight is the final game for the Neuqua Valley Wildcats after being eliminated from playoff contention last week with a loss against Sandburg. Despite the loss, the Wildcats have the shot to finish their season strong with a home win tonight. The Porters look to stay in playoff shape after comfortably defeating Matia Valley last week. And they have a chance to remain strong tonight with a final regular season victory before their playoff run. The Wildcats' first offensive drive is starting strong as Andy Barkley powers through the defense for a Wildcats first down on his first carry of the night. Neuqua offense continues to feed Barkley as he inches closer to a 1,000-yard rushing season. However, the Wildcats' drive would end with them scoring the first points of the night off a Michael Creedon field goal as Neuqua leads 3-0 early in the first. The Porters look to test the Wildcats deep on their first possession. but it's Wildcat senior Colton Malta on the pass breakup, shutting down the airwaves for the Porters. The Wildcats get the Porters in third down, looking to get off the field, but Brendan Meacher scrambles to the Porters sideline for a massive gain for Lockport, setting them up in red zone territory. Meacher's gain is what the Porters needed as Christopher Miller rushes through Neuqua defense for the first touchdown of the night. Lockport leads 6-3 after a missed PAT. The Porters force a Neuqua punt and have possession. The offense tries to stay hot as Meacher passes it to Adam Kozak, and he takes care of the rest. Just one man to beat and he scores for Lockport, extending their lead to 13-3 at the end of the first quarter. To start off the second quarter, the Porters already find themselves in the red zone, building off their momentum from the first quarter. Meacher calls his own number on the keeper as he scores another touchdown for Lockport. Porters lead 20-3. Lockport forces another Neuqua punt and gains offensive possession. Meacher calls his own number again, but is swarmed in the backfield by multiple Wildcat defenders looking for a spark in the defense. The Porters would gain the loss back as it's the Meacher to Miller connection on the screen pass for another Porter first down. Miller's run would lead to a Raiden Sherko rushing touchdown as Lockport is in complete control, leading 27-3. The Wildcats look to put up some points before the half and look to strike downfield, but Colton Benitis intercepts it as the Porters hold a commanding 27-3 lead at the half. The Wildcats put up their first touchdown of the night due to a Barkley rush. But Barkley's touchdown wouldn't be enough as the Wildcats were defeated 41-17 despite their comeback efforts. Barkley would go on to become Neuqua Valley's first 1,000-yard rusher this season, the first time this has happened for the Wildcats since 2012. This concludes a great season for the Neuqua Valley football program. Congratulations to the players and coaching staff on an exciting and thrilling run.
It's the final football game of the year at Waubonsie Valley as they host DeKalb to wrap things up in 2025. These teams have become familiar, playing each other every year since 2019. They each hope to improve their record and end the year on a high note. On DeKalb's first possession, Cole Latimer gives it to Braylon Anderson, who reverses, finds the edge, and he's in for the touchdown on DeKalb's first possession. 7-0 Barbs. Waubonsie wastes no time responding. Here's Ishmael Elliott breaking free from 30 yards out to tie the game at 7 in the first quarter. Later in the half, Waubonsie have a 3rd and 7. Owen Sisson is one of many Barbs in the backfield, and he takes down Alex Ochoa. Ochoa leaves the game with an injury after this play. Tied at 14 late in the second quarter, Cole Latimer looks to his first option on the right sideline. He finds Jack Rosenaw, who brings the Barbs within striking distance inside the 10. After his first pass gets him close, he bootlegs out for a run and gets it done. Latimer leads a great Barbs offense to a 20-14 lead at halftime. In the second half, Ishmael Elliott continues his great day. Here he scrambles in from 20 yards to get Waubonsie back in front. DeKalb have a big 3rd and 7 here. Latimer tries to find Lucas Stubblefield over the middle of the field, but Jack Thurn is there to break it up. The Waubonsie defense comes through big time. After the Thurn deflection, DeKalb's punter slips after receiving the snap and gives Waubonsie ideal field position in the Barbs' half. On the first play after the blunder, Ishmael Elliott's number is called again. He runs to his left, patiently hits a hole, and bursts into the open field. Nobody is going to catch him, and he scores again. 28-20 Waubonsie lead. DeKalb don't let this bury them though. Here Latimer throws it up to Darian Strotter, who comes down with the touchdown. 28-26 Warrior lead pending the 2-point conversion. It's Strotter in the Wildcat. Anderson goes into motion, but Strotter takes the ball himself. He hits the scrum, powers forward, and the touchdown scorer adds 2. The game is tied at the start of the fourth quarter. Ishmael Elliott takes another handoff on first down. The blocks are great as he sheds the linebacker's tackle, and it's a foot race from there. Elliott is being chased, but he's dusting the Barbs tonight. He's ahead by the 50-yard line, and no one from DeKalb is catching him. This is touchdown run number 4 and his second straight touch he took to the house. 35-28 Warriors. Latimer has it at 3rd and 4 down 7. His pocket collapses quickly though and Jamarian Lee pounces. The sack forces DeKalb back and gets Wabanzi the ball back with 9 minutes to play. And punting to the Warriors means punting to Elliott. This is the first touch of the drive for the senior and he tumbles past the line. His blockers do a great job as he sheds the tackle. He explodes down the middle of the field and he's really going to do it again. The senior is making the most out of his last night under the lights. Wabanzi take a 42-28 lead off of Elliott's 5 touchdown runs. On the ensuing possession, you can guess where Wabanzi went. Elliott only needs 1 first down to make sure the clock runs out, but why not take the hole when you see it? He tears off for his 6th touchdown run of the game with his 4th over 50 yards. He ends up with 365 rushing yards on the night. Wabanzi put an exclamation point on the cap of their season with a 49-28 win over DeKalb.
It has now officially been announced that Naperville North will visit Oswego in the opening round of the 8A playoffs at 7 p.m. on Halloween night. After the break, we'll take a closer look at a former Husky football player who's making a name for himself at the collegiate level, one kick at a time.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
Two dealerships side by side, identical in every way. What makes the difference? The experience. That's why more people choose Fair Oaks Lincoln. Incredible selection, knowledgeable salespeople, and a world-class experience you can't find anywhere else. Right now, get 0% APR, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on our most popular models at Fair Oaks Lincoln in Naperville.
David Alano has proven to be one of the most reliable kickers in college football. The Naperville North soccer player turned football star had a quick rise to the top that began during his junior season with the Huskies. Justin Cornwell has more in our latest Where Are They Now segment, presented by Gross Sports Psychology.
University of Illinois junior David Olano is one of the most reliable kickers in the country as a member of the Fighting Illini football team. It's been a rapid rise for the Naperville North alum, who had never worn a helmet and shoulder pads up until just 5 years ago. Today, the former Husky looks to be next in a growing line of soccer players turned into special teams standouts.
I think when I first transitioned from soccer to football, I obviously had figured out, I was looking at other guys that, used to kick, in the NFL or in college, and I saw, a similarity that most of them started in soccer. So, I knew I was, even though I might have started a little late on my journey, I knew I was kind of in the right direction of it.
Olano had played soccer for 12 years before he decided to use his kicking skills for football instead, joining the Naperville North team in the fall of 2021 in his junior year. At the start of the season, he was unknown to just about everybody, including some of his own teammates. But after drilling a game-winning 42-yard field goal to defeat Matia Valley, his star was suddenly on the rise.
That was probably the biggest moment in my career. Just at the time, I was a super scrawny kid just walking on the field, and they're like, hey, who's this guy kicking a field goal? And, in high school, I ended up making it, and it was just like, all the reactions afterwards, like the way I felt, I was like, holy, this is amazing. I love it.
With his strong right leg on display, Division I football scholarship offers began to pour in, and Olano was invited to participate in the U.S. Army All-American game in Texas. Following a successful senior season in which he was named the DVC Special Teams Player of the Year, Olano chose to stay in blue and orange, committing to the University of Illinois, where he earned immediate playing time as the team's kickoff specialist during his freshman year. The experience of kicking for a school so close to home has been a positive one for the whole Olano family.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I think to be able to play for my home state, I think it's been surreal. I got friends that I went to high school with that go to games here at Illinois, and I see him on the field after games and stuff. So it's special to play here. And but I mean, to be able to share with my family, I think it means the most to me. I mean, anywhere I go, those guys are always behind me. And my brother goes to school here. My older brother goes to school here. So just to have family around me, just have my parents' support and guidance there with me every game just means the most. And obviously adds a lot of confidence knowing that, at the end of the day, those guys are going to be there.
Since earning the starting kicker job as a sophomore prior to the 2024 season, success has continued for both Olano and the Illini. The team won 10 games a season ago, with Olano making 17 of 20 field goal attempts, including a clutch 38-yard kick in a win over Purdue to send the game into overtime. Earlier this fall, Olano sent a sold-out Memorial Stadium homecoming crowd into a frenzy after kicking a game-winning 41-yard field goal to stun USC on the Fox Big Noon Kickoff Game of the Week. It was a full-circle moment that reminded the former Naperville North Star of his first game winner 4 years earlier.
I was fortunate enough, obviously, to kick one against USC for the win, and it just doubled everything that I probably felt in high school. And obviously being able to do it for university and on that type of day against homecoming against a good team was just surreal. So I mean, it definitely, I have good experiences on both ends of it, against Mattia, against USC, and it was funny enough how I kind of think of it and I look back at it and it was just comparing those two is good time.
1 week after the USC game winner, Olano tied the school record by making 5 field goals in a blowout victory over Purdue. With a season and a half of eligibility remaining and a leg with NFL-level power and accuracy, there is a lot Olano can still achieve on the gridiron at the U of I and beyond. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Justin Cornwell.
6 local schools headed to Aurora for the boys and girls cross-country regionals on a chilly morning at Waubonsie Valley.
1 week after the DVC championships, we're back at Waubonsie Valley High School for the girls cross-country regionals. All 6 Naperville high schools, including the DVC champs Naperville North, along with the Red Wings of Bennett Academy, are here to compete, with the top 6 scores qualifying for next week's sectionals at Catherine Legg Park. With the sun shining on the grass, all 12 teams in total are off. The race gets off to a good start with the Tandon twins from Naperville North in front. They both recently committed to NYU. This is followed by Naperville Central's Charlotte Danahy, who is off to a strong start after winning the DVC race. Bennett Academy's Kira Janke and Sarah Luo are near the front as well. Approaching the first mile, the top 3 runners are Danahy, Janke, and Downers Grove South's Nia Ortega. The Tandons are joined by teammate Chloe Pio just a little further back. Mattia Valley's Kaylee Russell and Nequa Wildcat Ariana Namvar are in the hunt as well. Catching up is a Red Hawk pack of Carly Ernst, Emma Breesy, Caitlin Burke, and Eloise Graft. Waubonsie Valley senior Catherine Heap is keeping pace alongside a couple Nequa Valley runners Addison Gusky and Delaney Fastbend. Georgia Karstens, Sophia Schultz, and Josephine Olson from Naperville North are among the top 20, with Ashlyn Willis from Bennett and Mia Bertolini from Waubonsie. Running downhill, the top 3 remain the same, with Janke, Danahy, and Ortega, but Chloe Pio now rounds out the top 4. Kaylee Russell and Shania Tandon are running in the top 6. Rihanna Tandon runs with Wildcat Ariana Namvar. Carly Ernst and Emma Breesy get out to the front of the central pack, which is running downhill with a line that includes Catherine Heap and Sarah Luo. The top 3 has changed in mile 2, with Kira Janke taking the lead. Going neck and neck is Chloe Pio and Nia Ortega, as Danahy drops back. Shania Tandon and Kaylee Russell are just behind them. Leading a pack of runners is Rihanna Tandon and Sarah Luo. Waubonsie's Catherine Heap, Ariana Namvar, Mattia Valley's Srenika Gundlapalli, Red Hawk Carly Ernst, and Georgia Karstens from North have moved into the top 14. Approaching the finish line first is Kira Janke with a PR time of 17:57. This is followed up by Nia Ortega taking home second place with a time of 18:09. In third is Husky Chloe Pio with a time of 18:16, while Kaylee Russell runs home in fourth 2 seconds later. Finishing in fifth is Shania Tandon, and in sixth is Sarah Luo from Bennett. Catherine Heap and Srenika Gundlapalli finish in 7th and 8th place. Huskies Rihanna Tandon and Georgia Karstens finished 10th and 12th respectively to help Naperville North earn the regional championship for a third straight season. It's the IHSA Boys Cross Country 3A Regional at Waubonsie Valley High School. All the Naperville area schools, including Bennett Academy and the DVC champs Neuqua Valley, are here to compete for a spot in next week's sectional in Hinsdale. The runners are off at the sound of the starter's gun. There are 84 runners competing in the race, with Grayson Meek of Neuqua Valley getting off to a good start. But legend Alka of Willowbrook sprints his way to the front of the pack. Meek's typical Wildcat partner in crime, Jesse Godowskis, who won the DVC last week, is out with an illness. Running alongside the tennis courts is Conrad Sainer of Downers Grove South taking the lead, with Meek keeping pace with another Wildcat, Anish Bhagat, and Naperville North runner Simon Reckamp. Trailing behind the pack is Husky Jackson Trudy, Jack Anderson and Derek Williamson of Naperville Central, another Husky, Shreyas Meyer, and Bennett's Robert Johnson are neck and neck with each other, with a trio of Wildcats, Joseph Clifton, Garrett Anderson, and Rayanj Bhagat. Metea Valley's Henry Faber is near the top group as well. Running downhill is Conrad Sainer and Grayson Meek in the lead. John Clinton from Donner South is in line with Willowbrook's Matiku Branch and legend Alka. Rounding out the top 10 is Will Miller from Donner South, Anish Bhagat, Reckamp and Trudy, and Glenbard East Mason Hefner. Derek Williamson, Bolingbrook's Nicholas Maldonado, Red Hawk Jack Anderson, and Shreyas Meyer of Naperville North are following along in the top 15. Approaching mile 2, the leaders are still the same with Meek and Sainer. From the far distance is Matiku Branch of Willowbrook. Alka and John Clifton are not far behind. Anish Bhagat leads a Husky duo of Reckamp and Trudy. Will Miller is trailing behind that trio as well. Mason Hefner, Nicholas Maldonado, Shreyas Meyer, Anderson, Shearer, and Williamson, and West Aurora's Nathan Gurman are all in one pack. At the finish line, it's neck and neck with Grayson Meek and Conrad Sainer running home. Both runners lean in for the win, but it's Sainer who takes first place, while Meek is the runner-up by less than a half second. Finishing in third place is John Clifton of Downers Grove South, with Matiku Branch of Willowbrook in fourth place. Jackson Trudy and Simon Reckamp are the top North finishers in fifth and sixth place. Anish Bhagat and Shreyas Meyer finish in eighth and ninth. Downers Grove South takes home the regional with a score of 74. Naperville North, Neuqua Valley, Naperville Central, Bolingbrook, and Willowbrook are the top 6 qualifying teams. Robert Johnson is the lone Red Wing advancing, along with Henry Faber from Metea Valley, both finishing in the top 20. The Wildcats take second place thanks to Clifton, Garrett Anderson, and Poor finishing in the top 28. Charlie Minot and Karsten Harris round out the scoring for North, who finishes in third as a team.
Coming up next, it's the regional round of the boys soccer postseason. We'll let you know who's moving on after the break.
Rise and shine, Naperville. Hi, everybody. I'm Stephen Holt from NBC5, and I am so blessed to be here in this amazing city that I call home. And I'd love for you to join me on Thursday, November 13th for The Morning Show, presented by NCTV 17. It's a celebration of what makes Naperville so special, including its own nonprofit television station. So if you're thirsting for a cup of coffee and maybe some conversation, get your tickets today.
Local news is your lifeline. Let the Daily Herald help you navigate your world with solid reporting, good advice, and a much-needed diversion or two.
The quest for the 3A boys soccer state title has begun. Let's kick off the regional semifinal highlights with one of the most exciting games of the season between Bolingbrook and Waubonsie Valley.
It's a breezy and chilly evening as we head to Romeoville High School, which hosts the boys soccer regional semifinals in Class 3A. 9th-seeded Bolingbrook takes on 8th-seeded Waubonsie Valley in this winner-go-home matchup. Waubonsie's hoping to advance to the next round after a loss to Romeoville in the 2024 regional semis. Bolingbrook enters this match not having lost a game since October 1st. The Raiders apply the offensive pressure early on, as Johan Henao connects with Gustavo Ruiz. Ruiz goes for the strike, but Waubonsie goalkeeper Sebastian Herrera swats it away with a great save, keeping the game scoreless. A few minutes later, the Warriors are on the move and hoping to break the ice off the scoreboard. Matthew Rodriguez at the helm with a free kick, He passes to Evan Wodowich, who finds Diego Rodriguez in the crossfire. Rodriguez tries to push the ball ahead with the outside of his foot, but it's blocked by Raider goalie Ibrahim Elliott, who gets the stop. With time winding down in the first half, the Raiders are awarded a penalty kick. Jonah Tapia goes to the right corner with his attempt, but so does Sebastian Herrera, who makes another great save, blocking the ball with his legs. The rebound is high, and we're heading to the break scoreless. The Raiders head into the second half hoping to flip the script. Off the free kick, Julian Mraz has a golden strike and finds the back of the net. After 46 scoreless minutes, the Raiders are on the board first, up 1-0. Nearly 5 minutes later, the Raiders continue their offensive momentum. Gustavo Ruiz has the throw-in to Jonah Tapia. The ball is deflected, and off the rebound, Brian Arujo's long strike finds the top right corner. The Raiders lead by a pair at 2-0. With 8 minutes remaining in the game, the Warriors need any sort of lifeline, and they find it from Gavin Byrne, who taps in the loose ball in front of the net for the Warriors' first goal of the contest. They trail by 1 and scramble back to midfield in search of the equalizer. Less than a minute remaining in regulation. Wabanzi's Einar Amazola has a free kick from outside the box. He keeps his strike on a low-line drive and finds the top shelf to even the score. An incredible comeback for the Warriors as we head to overtime with the game tied 2-2. After a scoreless first overtime, Wabanzi's hoping to get its first lead of the match. Matthew Rodriguez curls in the corner kick to Evan Wodowich for the header and into the left corner. The Warriors lead by 1, but with no golden goal, they must hold off the Raiders for the final 6 minutes of the second OT. But this game gets even wilder. The Raiders strike back. Yanni Sigue passes to Julian Mraz, and Mraz's cross finds teammate Gustavo Mota for the one-touch goal. After 2 overtimes and 100 minutes of momentum swings, the Raiders make it level 3-3, and we head to a shootout. First up in the shootout is Jonah Tapia for Bolingbrook. Herrera guesses correctly and dives to his right, but the ball sneaks into the net for the goal. Both teams go back and forth, each scoring 5 consecutive penalty kicks. Cole Andrajak, Rihan Gupta, Yasser Gomez, Manny Uriostegi, and Einar Amazola all make their shots count for Wabanzi. Tied up at 5-5 in PKs, Johan Haynau puts too much air on the 6th attempt for the Raiders, leaving an opening for Wabanzi to win the game. The Warriors send out their goalie Sebastian Herrera to try to close things out. The senior curls one into the top left corner to win the game 4-3. Wabanzi Valley Boys Soccer defeats Bolingbrook and moves on to the regional championship to face Naperville North after one of the most thrilling playoff matchups in the entire state this fall. The boys soccer regionals are underway at Metea Valley. Bennett Academy enters the regional semis as the number 5 seed against Metea Valley, who comes in at number 12. Both teams are looking to advance to the regional championship on Friday night. Less than 5 minutes into the first half, Red Wing John Van Wiggeren passes to Sergio Polanco to put the Red Wings on the board, but his attempt is saved by Chase Grossrenaud from Metea Valley. No score as of yet, as Mustang Tyler Johnson heads the ball to Dylan Arbitman, who looks to pass to Eric Jernigan, but the ball gets picked up by Andre Cervantes Guardado. Guardado passes the ball to Ruslan Hollebeck, who fires a bullet towards the net, but gets denied by Grossrenaud once more. Hollebeck attempts to score just outside the box with a free kick, however the Mustang keeper plucks the curling shot out of the air for the save. Mustang Eric Jernigan has the ball as he dribbles rapidly through the defense, making a great move towards the middle. He sends a line drive towards the goal, but just misses wide to the right. Late in the first half, Hollebeck has a free kick from the middle of the field. He powers a low-line drive that somehow avoids the massive bodies in front of the net, slotting the ball into the left corner. Bennett breaks through to take a 1-0 halftime lead. Early in the second half, Mustang Jacob Faria passes to Jernigan, who once again shows great footwork to find an opening, but his shot attempt has a little too much heat as it sails over the crossbar. With 22 minutes remaining, Evan Liu of Metea kicks the ball towards the middle, but his ball is deflected by Matthew Budoin, who pounces on it to make the save. Later on, Sergio Polanco passes to Mark Andrio to extend Bennett's lead. Andrio passes back to Polanco, but the shot slides just past the right post and out of play. With time running out, Michael Brinker has a free kick for Metea from midfield. The ball soars into the box and finds the head of Rami Fanek, but the ball pops into the arms of Budoin, who makes the save. It's Bennett Academy that ends Metea Valley's season after an exciting matchup by a 1-0 score. The Red Wings move on to face Lockport in the regional championship on Friday night at 6 p.m.
It's a showdown between Waubonsie Valley and DeKalb for Friday Night Football, where senior player from Waubonsie, Ishmael Elliott, scored 6 touchdowns in one night, totaling 365 yards. Any one of these touchdowns is a contender for Play of the Week, with 4 of them seeing Elliott running over 50 yards. But let's take a look at the tide-turning touchdown. The score is tied at the start of the 4th quarter, and Elliott takes another handoff on first down. The blocks are great as he sheds a linebacker's tackle, and it is a foot race from there. Elliott is being chased, but he's dusting the competition ahead by the 50-yard line, and no one is going to catch him. This is touchdown run number 4, and his second straight touch he took to the house. Warriors take the lead, and in his last game under the Friday night lights, Elliott takes 365 yards and our Play of the Week.
The Warriors of Waubonsie Valley and Huskies of Naperville North met on the pitch for the second time in 2 weeks, this time with the Romeoville regional title on the line.
The regional title for boys soccer is on between DVC opponents Waubonsie Valley and Naperville North. The Huskies enter after a dominating 5-0 win over Romeoville, while the Warriors enter off an upset 4-3 win over Bolingbrook. The Huskies are up 1-0 after a Josh Peterson goal, and he looks to score again, taking his shot from midfield, but the shot goes wide right and just misses the net, as it's still a 1-goal advantage. Later in the half, North goes again as Peterson takes another shot at the net, but Sebastian Herrera makes a sliding save. The ball then bounces to Colin McMahon, who shoots the rebound, but Herrera rises up and tips the ball away. The game is still 1-0 at halftime. In the second half, the Huskies are charging the other way. Sam Hess recovers and shoots a mid-range shot, but Herrera catches the ball for another save as the Warriors' defense remains stiff. A bit later, the Huskies go for a corner kick as Dylan Healy sends it to a crowd of players in front of the net. The ball is redirected towards the net, but Thomas Andrzejczyk deflects it behind the goal and out of bounds for another Waubonsie stop. Trying to get going on offense, the Warriors get a free kick with Einar Aimzola lining up to take the shot. His kick goes right into the wall of Husky defenders as the ball rolls down the other way to turn Waubonsie away empty-handed. The Warriors regroup and have another opportunity, with Evan Wojtowicz taking a deep shot from midfield, but the shot is too short and headed away by North. The ball rolls back to midfield and Waubonsie claims it for a rebound. Here's Manny Irostegui taking another midfield shot, but it's redirected off the head of another Husky and is corralled by Jack Bauska to keep the Warriors blanked. With seconds left, it's the last chance for Waubonsie. Dimitri Buziak gets it near midfield and takes another long-range shot. It goes over Bauska's head and off the post before rolling out of bounds as the Warriors can't capitalize. Naperville North survives a late surge from Waubonsie Valley to claim a 1-0 regional title over the Warriors. Next up for North is the sectional semifinals against Lockport.
It's regional final time for boys soccer as Naperville Central takes the pitch after a 4-0 semifinal win over Plainfield East and now want to add another plaque to the trophy case. Oswego is up next and is eyeing revenge after falling to the Hawks in the 2023 sectional semis. Redhawks are on the search for that first goal with Zacharias Sajad, but Panther goalie Christian Lopez goes up and brings the ball down for the save. Throw-in time for Central as Logan Godfrey hopes to set up a play, but takes the contact, so a penalty shot is coming up for the Redhawks. Michael White lines up for the shot, and he hits it to give the Hawks a 1-0 lead. It's the Panthers' turn for that goal. Alex Neves runs to the ball and crosses it right to where Enrique Castañeda goes near the top left corner for the equalizer. Now can Oswego take the lead? Victor Rios thinks so, but not Red Hawk goalie Sean Van Ballen. He makes a good save and we remain tied at 1 going into intermission. The Panthers defense continues to lock in as Lopez comes up with another save in traffic. Redhawks won't be denied for long. Sajad is in the right place at the right time and scores. Central retakes the lead at 2-1. Oswego is on the attack with one last shot, but Riley Hull pulls a slide tackle for a big defensive stop. Naperville Central takes home another regional title with a 2-1 win and will face West Aurora in the sectional semifinal on Tuesday at Naperville North.
The months of work in the pool are paying off with the arrival of the girls' swimming and diving conference championships. Let's head to Naperville North for the swimming portion, followed by the divers jumping in at Naperville Central.
It's championship season at Naperville North as the Huskies host the 5 other conference programs in the girls' swimming DVC championships. There are many talented swimmers throughout the DVC, but only one team can hold up the trophy. Starting with the second heat of the 200-yard freestyle, as Carolina Pieter from Neuqua Valley has a slight advantage with Husky Abby Pobosny looking to close the gap. After extending her lead, the Wildcat is the first to reach the wall, with Pobosny finishing in second place. Red Hawk Avery Meisenheimer finishes in third place. Moving on to the shortest race of the day, the 50 free. It's an intense race for first between warrior Anna Huncharik and the other Wildcat twin, Sophia Pieter. Huncharik gets the first place finish as Sophia Pieter gets the second place finish. Tasha Mantell from Naperville North takes third. Olivia Linduska from Matia Valley takes fifth. Into the first heat of the 100-yard butterfly, as North's Sophia Oliveira and Neuqua's Taylor Tuck are out in front, with Central's Emma Lawson and Neuqua's Ava Wallet a split second behind. As the race continues, Oliveira and Lawson are out in front as the Husky gets the first place in the heat with a time that earns fourth place overall. In the next heat, it's Abby Brown from Waubonsie Valley holding off Sophie Rudkowski and teammate Mirabelle LaCourciere for the win. Another intense race in the 100-yard freestyle. Husky freshman Lainey Lund and Warrior senior Anna Huncharik are out in front. Going down to the wire, Lainey Lund finishes in first. Even though it's a runner-up finish, Huncharik sets a new school record in the event. Finishing in third place is Neuqua's Carolina Pieter. In the 200-yard free relay, North's Tasha Mantell gets off to a fast start, while Neuqua's Taylor Tuck and Warrior Malini Mataman are not far behind. Nearing the end of the race, Caitlin Vonamy from North gets the first place finish for the Huskies. Tuck, Setlick, and the Pieter twins finish in second place for the Wildcats, while Waubonsie's top team finishes in third place. Mantell also wins the 100-yard breaststroke for the Huskies. The final race of the night, the 400-yard free relay. North's Lainey Lund is off to a strong start as the Huskies look to finish the night with another relay win. The strong start helps Husky anchor leg Caitlin Vonamy secure the first place finish. Neuqua finishes in second place with strong performances from Tuck, Bree Pepping, Carolina, and Sophia Pieter. Naperville North girls swimming secures the DVC championship with 289 total points. Waubonsie Valley finishes in second place with 256 points, and Neuqua Valley finishes in third with 252.5 points.
It's the girls swimming DVC Championship, and Waubonsie Valley's senior swimmer, Anna Huncharik, sets a new school record in the 100-yard freestyle. This race is one of the shorter races of the competition, so it is intense. Despite being the runner-up in the final results, Huncharik was only behind by 0.3 seconds. And had a great turnaround for a stunning finish time of 52.60 seconds. This earned her a new record for Waubonsie Valley and our Play of the Week.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
When it comes to buying a car, you want a deal that's fair, and that's exactly what you'll get at Fair Oaks Ford. It's why J.D. Power has named us the best customer experience in the business 4 years in a row. You know you'll experience fairness every step of the way. Right now, it's all about the zeros. Get 0% APR, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on our most popular models. Fair pricing, fair deals. Fair Oaks Ford. It's right there in our name. Visit us on Ogden Avenue in Naperville or at fairoaksford.com.
And that wraps up the latest edition of Naperville Sports Weekly. As we get deeper into the postseason, the stakes continue to rise. And you can find all our playoff highlights, feature stories, and community sports on nctv17.org. You can also find us, of course, across all social media platforms at NCTV17. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Kim Pierce. We'll see you again next week.